that not the same thing? That's the same.
Yay! All right. So now let's see what it's doing on the. They're like $30. I got it at the convention that I went to because Miss Leslie has no shame, and I got 4.
You got 4 of them?
Oh yeah. I will teach you guys when we go to ISBMA how to do it.
Oh, you guys pick up.
I have your garbage.
Yeah, Miss Emma was all about those garbage cans last year. All right, so we should be officially live again now. So thank you, sorry all of you for those technical difficulties. And now, what? Why aren't you? Was she about to say that? What's wrong? What's wrong? Why don't I believe her? Oh my gosh. You guys are clicking. Can you please? Is that what you said? Did you say to have them all click at the same time?
I don't do anything.
I know, I'm just messing with her now. I know she did.
I really itched my nose. What are you doing?
I was gonna say I wasn't kidding though about the clicking, guys. Like
It's not even the clicking thing. It's the stethoscope that I like.
the boing, get a 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 boing, get a. So you know what happened to my pen? One of my students' first session stole it because it was on the desk. So she yoinked it.
I think there's another one that you're still around.
With this one, the spinning?
No. Yeah, the spin.
Would you like me to get you another?
I know there are. No, because that'll be the third one. I can't.
Should be the third one.
I want it.
This is my first one too. I haven't lost it because I love it so much. I was like, yesterday you lost it. Like, I didn't know you should have tried to bucket because you were so worried about it.
I forgot it. All right, Madam President. We should, are we still on live? Oh, Madam Secretary will verify that we are still on. Well, that will be the reporter's job. We'll need to verify that stuff. Do I have an officer in every chapter? Do I have an officer in every session?
No.
Yes. Okay, cool. All right. So, and then you guys just can't see it. Oh, but I can do that.
There's like 0 in there.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah.
But it looks like we'll cross it. They're just not
Probably. Well, yeah, regardless, yes. It will be from first session. Okay, so ready? Tell me when to click, Madam President. Yeah, right? That's our meeting. We did our, it only took us 20 minutes to get here.
Yeah, got it.
All right, go call anyway. Are you okay if I start then? Yeah. Okay. We are trying to locate our Madam Vice President, our Madam Senior Vice President. All right, so we are going to introduce our officer team. So Madam President Jordan is checking on our Madam Senior Vice President, who is Abby. Our Madam Junior Vice President is Jasmine. And then we have our Madam Treasurer, Isabella. Our Madam Secretary, Riley. Our Mr. Reporter, which I'm going to mess it up, guys. Just, again, Josiah. Right. I'm going to call him Madam. Because we don't have any other misters. No, Josiah I'm good on. I'm not 100% sure. That's all right. That's why I didn't call any of you last names. Byers is like the one I got. And Weller. Like, that's it. Now I'm going to say, now I'm going to have to go through and say all of
Hernandez?
I can do Hernandez. All right. What?
Can you do Fisher?
Oh, yeah. Hey, guess what?
Chicken butt.
That's
she wasn't even paying attention. She
all right. So that is our lovely officer team.
Just you and
Do any of you want to say anything? I don't know.
I do. I just congratulations everybody. great. You guys did the positions. We're really happy to have you. Thank you. And also, I'm very excited.
I'm about to kick her out. That's fine.
I kind of
You can't be mean to everybody else, though. All right, keep going.
She said it's just Jordan. Also, I'm very excited that you're a junior and that we have you on the team. And I hope that you have a good experience and choose that this is something that you want to continue. Same with you. But I just know because she's an officer and hope she continues on the officer. Obviously. Although I talked to your parents, and it kind of seems like you like have been born into this and like this is not good.
Are you an FFA family?
No. Not the FFA part necessarily, but just like that he involved in part.
I'm
Kind of thing is really like
I'm excited to hear. Oh yeah, because you had like 2 animals more than, right? Didn't you do fostering? No, who was that?
That's Amelia.
Oh, that was Amelia. Yeah.
Like, and also same with you, of course. The whole thing being a junior, I have a good experience, and I hope that we can help you to have a good first year doing this, and that will make you want to continue doing this. We won't give you a bad experience that makes you not want to go on and do it your senior year. Y'all are funny. Thank you. I tried my hardest.
I'm still waiting for that dance, by the way. I'm not gonna let that drop. I'm gonna call you out tomorrow in the middle of the.
I'm gonna do it in the hallway for you.
Okay, that works.
Please video it.
Yeah. Oh, I will.
Okay.
All right. Meetings through January. We're gonna come up with some dates so that way we at least have a monthly meeting, and then we'll talk about bylaws. I have a copy for everybody that's in like your little mini packet. So everybody should have a little FFA mini packet. It says Code of Ethics on it. So we have not looked at these bylaws since 2017.
Quick
Which-
question.
yeah.
When it's talking about business casual, could I wear jeans or would I need to wear slacks?
Business casual is, business casual
So-
slacks or a skirt.
I'm not sure if we have stuff posted other than official dress, but I'll make sure to get it posted on the FFA classroom of what each of our attires are. But yes, there is also a poster outside of business casual. I'm assuming that's what you're going with when you posted that or pointed that way.
Yeah.
But I will make sure to post it, and it'll probably be that same thing because that's really good. It's like a perfect little one-pager informational of
Mhm.
exactly what you need to know about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, everything about FFA official dress, there is a couple different things on there about it. So
Mhm. We'll look at our strategic plan of activities. So like what we already have set planned for the year, like what we want to get out of this year. And then we have a few things that we need to vote on. This is definitely going to be, I think, one of the best years for our officer team and for our participants. And so the things that I spend or that FFA spends money on, we really haven't had the full votes. And it's because there hasn't been as much. This is the most people we've had at a meeting in a really long time. So
and
the
guys-
involvement hasn't been there.
sorry,
No, you're fine. So we just have a few items about as far as things that I would like to be able to purchase with FFA funds that I want to know if you guys are on board with purchasing so we can move forward with that. We just need to have it in our minutes and officially like voted upon by membership.
And this is also why I've like been trying to stress to you guys that I want to be as open as possible. I want to look at your guys' schedules.
All
If
right.
it's a day that everybody can do except for me, then Abby and Miss Leslie can run the meeting. That's totally fine. I don't need to be there. If that's how it's gonna be, like that's how it's gonna be. I just want us to be able to make this work. I want us to be able to have these meetings, and that's where I'm at with it. Like,
And that's why we do them on YouTube Live too, right? Like, I feel like YouTube Live is even easier to get to than having it on a Google Meets or something. So when you're not here, you
because
can.
it stays up there. In case you guys didn't know, it
Yeah.
stays there. You can, if you don't have time to watch it until 3 days later, you can watch it 3 days later. And then if you have questions, you can ask me. I might need to get back back to you on it tomorrow because I'll have forgotten by then. But I write most of it down, so as I sit here, I'm going to write it down. But thanks. But yes, seriously, scheduling guide, I'm trying to be very flexible.
Mhm. And we have opportunities for committee members and chair people or committee chairs for our program activities. So even those of you that aren't necessarily an officer, but you still want to take a leadership role, we have those opportunities for you. It may mean that we are meeting more than once a month and we only do like giant membership meetings once a month, those big decisions, where we can meet as an officer team or committees or just, hey, I really like my FFA peeps. When are we all getting together? Like, that's fine.
Alright, we're not gonna watch the videos, guys, because I'm just not worried about doing that. One of them is only like a minute long. But if you guys, because I know last time we kind of talked about this, there was only a couple of us here last time. I think Friday might be the only one that was here. But
I'm fine. There's a delay. It's really interesting. Okay, keep going.
But we kind of talked about the fact that there has not been like the perfect explanation of exactly like what FFA is necessarily, and like yes, we do the chapter in class of not the chapter, the lesson in class of what FFA is, but it doesn't necessarily dive into what we are doing when we participated. So here I have two videos. The first one is from National FFA Organization, and that one is just them speaking about like, oh, here's what the basics of FFA are, like each little thing. It's like a minute and 30 seconds long. The second one is like a 5-minute video of a guy who used to be an FFA and he was talking about the things he did well in FFA. So I would definitely recommend watching that if you're like, I don't know if I want to do this, and that especially goes for the people who are watching online. Is it still working?
Yeah, I just,
Okay, great.
you see these people? Keep going, keep going.
Sorry, I get distracted. Because if you're thinking like, oh, this doesn't seem that exciting, watch that. And if you look at it and you're like, this dude did nothing exciting during that time, then maybe it's not for you, and that's okay. But if it sounds interesting to you, come to a meeting. We'll try to make it a good experience. So this is where I did not finish the presentation.
That's fine.
In case you couldn't tell.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's this is where we get to the regular. I like how you guys are all reading it. You guys are still.
Well, now we're
interested
at it. So,
I prefer leverages. No, that's not. Actually, I mean, agriculture. So.
Yeah, works.
Agriculture.
Everybody does have, so at the end of the meeting, officers, if you can hang for a hot second, I'll put our banners together. That way you can have them, and then you can go through and see what is a little bit like expected of our meetings. You can look at what the creed is. The creed's not in there, I lied. But you can go through what our script is for when we do opening ceremonies and closing ceremonies. And there's information about parliamentary procedures. So as we start to vote on things, right, like we'll have to make a motion and we'll have to second that motion, and then we'll have to do the all in favor and all that fun stuff. And we'll make sure that we pass motions or we'll table things, new business, old business. So the fun part is that you guys are going to be able to go on to board meetings and you can sit at your school board meetings and then you can participate and know what's happening, which I have to give us the date for the November board meeting because our officer team will be presenting at that November board meeting for whoever can attend. Yes.
Officer roles. So I've kind of touched on this a little bit with the people in my class, second year, third session, and it's kind of not necessarily like been brought to my attention, but I've kind of noticed that a lot of us don't exactly understand what each role does, which is fine. That's not anybody's fault. I don't know if that's more so just because it's been so long since we did the lesson. Maybe you guys have a better understanding since you learned it more recently. but just to really quick recap of what like each person does, and I honestly, do you want to go into the things that you have?
Yeah, and something about our chapter, which is unique to FFA chapters, is that we're not indoctrinated to FFA until your junior and senior year, where most people that are in FFA start freshman year. And now they're even starting FFA chapters, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. And
Scary.
yeah. And I can tell you on the adult teacher level, like there's a lot of conversations about 6th and 7th graders participating in FFA and what that means. But we are fairly casual compared to other chapters, and we all are very family-like, I would say. So that's where the roles start to kind of get blended. Secretary is typical, right? You're going to take minute notes, and you're going to then make sure that we've got what's happening, who's attending the meetings, all that jazz. President is overseeing everything. Vice president's right-hand man. So things that need to be delegated, vice president will delegate, or president will delegate to. Treasurer, you and I are going to work a little bit more closely together this year to be able to really manage our funds. I'll have a chapter balance for us next time. Our chapter is great at fundraising. We're also great at spending the fundraising, which is something I really, I like with us. I don't know, because we get things like our swag bags that you haven't gotten yet because you haven't paid your fees, but also because I haven't been able to buy the bags yet because we need a vote on it. But we have lanyards, we've got headphones. What?
All in favor.
Nay. So that's something that for t-shirts. So we're going to talk and look at doing a t-shirt sale. But we need to vote on it. In the past, FFA has purchased the shirts, and then when people pay is when FFA gives them the shirt. But we put up the funds, right? Like FFA will do that, or we have in the past. But that's going to be treasurer. You and I are going to work together, and you can tell me no. Like I don't get to spend money as an advisor without your approval, like the membership approval.
In that role, and I think it's a good role for you. I don't think you're ever going to be like, I don't think this is something we should be spending money on.
Yeah.
And I'm serious when I say that at all, because like that's me being serious. Like I think that your personality makes it that's a very good role for you.
Mm-hmm. Reporter is going to be social media. And really, so
same thing is why, like, I think Josiah is a very good person for that role. Like, for those of you who haven't met him, he's got a big personality.
Yeah.
He's very loud. I mean, you also have his video where he spent 3.5 hours editing that video.
The first one, yeah.
With Jalen.
Yeah, with Jalen.
Oh my God, I love that.
Another student in the class.
So Riley, you'll get the notes, and then Josiah is going to take those notes and he'll transform them into something for everybody else too. And then he'll be running our social media stuff, which will be great. Sentinel is kind of helping making sure that we have what we need for the meetings and setting them up. So we kind of shifted where we were for officers, but the Sentinel will be helpful in figuring out where everything is supposed to go. Hey, we're going to get pizza. What are we going to get? All right, I need plates, I need cups, I need that. So that's what the Sentinel will do. But we'll work together, even just membership, right, without being that officer position.
And as she said, we aren't super strict about like this is your role, like you have to do this, this, and this. If you need help with it, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to try and like have an understanding that like this is kind of what you've signed up for.
Mm-hmm.
I will say last year I saw like a lot of it kind of fall towards one person, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what I don't want to see. I want to see us working together as a team.
Mm-hmm.
So even if that means like Riley ends up helping with the funding stuff because Isabella is really busy with school during
Mm-hmm.
the winter months, like that's not what I'm saying. Like no, I don't want Riley touching the money because Isabella's the treasurer. That's not what I'm saying. I don't care if that happens. But I would just like to see that we are working as a team with everything.
No unilateral decisions.
Right. I don't want to be all one person.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys ever feel like I'm getting no, I'm not going to say that. No. if you guys ever feel like I'm getting too like bossy or that like I'm doing too much and like taking your jobs away from you, you gotta say something. And like if you don't want to say something to me, say it to Miss Leslie. You're totally fine.
And you can always email me.
Leave a note on a desk. Like it'll get found.
Post a note on the computer monitor for Miss Alessi. Otherwise, the desk monster will eat a note that if you put it on the table. Sorry. It looks really great right now. Just saying. That's the best the desk monster's ever been.
Yeah.
He's like sleeping
Like, you
at the
don't have to
moment.
put your name on it or anything. You can stay anonymous. If I hear that, I know to back off. So like,
Mhm. And this is a learning experience for all of us,
and
right?
this is me saying this because I know myself and I know that like I have done this kind of stuff before, and I know that I have a tendency to control freak over things and take over. And that's part of why I'm doing this, because I want to work on that area of myself and that.
Mhm.
But I do think I'm better with this. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But I'm so serious when I say like, if it's happening, don't just let it happen.
Cool beans. So this is where I took control, and I, speaking of not taking control of everything, every year by October 1st. Yeah, because every year October 1st we need to have a strategic plan or a plan of activities of what our plan is for our chapter for the year. So if you guys kind of fast forward in the packet, so it's totally one view. It's like the third real page. It'll say our section 8 calendar. And then we've got a state CDE LDE general information. So how FFA runs, we have the national level, the state level. Then for Illinois, we have district and section, just kind of like a sports team. Whoever's in sports, you guys, I don't know how you run things in sports, but I hear you have divisions or something. So that's how we run it here. So, and we'll have section competitions and district competitions. And for some events, you have to go to district before you can go to state. Our big one that we absolutely will participate in is going to be the Vet Science CE, or the Vet Science Career Development event. The state competition is March 1st. So that is what we're prepping for. So we'll hold 2 invitationals here where we get to practice the skills, and we do pretty much a mini state competition. So we cut some of the things in half to gear us up and be ready for March. That one we absolutely participate in every single year. The other events that are on the section calendar, we can 100% participate in whatever you guys want. They are changing the horse CDE to be later in the year, so that way we can actually prepare for it. So that's something that every year it's been in September or October, like it's been crazy early, so it's just not enough time to have a team together for us to be able to go and do it. So here's our dates for our section 8, and then some of the states competitions are on there as well, but then we also have our state competition schedule. So this is when you guys have time, you can take a look at it, highlight some things that you may want to do, may be interested in, and then we can go from there, because that kind of determines meetings outside of regular chapter meetings. Ms. MJ's got the list up for the vet science competition, or the invitational dates from the one that we're going to have in November. And then we'll have another calendar up, because then the second invitation is going to be the 25th of January. Ideally, you're going to participate in at least one of those before we go to state. So that way you have a good run through of what that experience is going to be like, because it can be really nerve wracking. We're going to go down to UFI, where it's at. You can have a team of, 4. It's only 4 on our official team, and then we can have 4 alternates, which are just like your individuals. But I don't think it can bring more than 8 people. So we'll kind of She's safe though?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go from there. Like that's the one that we're like, yes, every year we always gear up for that one. Some that are easy to do. There's a national chapter award. The national chapter award is based off of our strategic plan. So if we can really get a good strategic plan set and written out, then we could be up on the stage for state convention. We also go to state convention every year. And so
Very fun.
it's
Very
super fun.
guys.
I love state. We've
A little tiring, but very fun.
We've been doing more conferences and leadership events, which I'm all about.
And that's a big thing for me, guys. Like that's the stuff that I love.
Mhm.
So there's like, don't be surprised if you see a lot of that on the calendar this year because that's the stuff that I look for.
So Build is our first one. You guys probably seen in Google Classroom already. Temple Grandin is coming to speak at Sycamore High School. And we have,
Jay hasn't said anything about that to us. Right?
it's because I don't know why. I think I don't know.
You only posted on the original Google Classroom. You did not post it on the FFA one.
I didn't. No. That was because it's open for everybody. But it was like a first come, first serve because we only have 20 students. Like we only have 20 tickets, pretty much is what we've got going on. So I'll talk with MJ then about it. And
That was just like, well, topic.
yeah.
Continue.
Cool. But that happens. And so if you hear, right, second years versus first years, if you hear something going on first year and you're like, hey, our second years, are we doing that? Make sure you ask because sometimes our connections between Miss MJ and I are not connected. And
And you can also always come ask me.
yeah, so that way we
Because
can
as you
make
guys
sure.
know, I talk with both of them on the daily.
Competitions. Oh, so chapter awards, like national chapter awards, we should be able to, as long as we complete the form and stuff on time, we should be able to get at least up there on the stage. And then the other one that they have two sections from each district can go is the parliamentary procedures. And we only ever have one section ever compete at like the district level. So they automatically go to state. So even if it's just us in the other section, then we would be able to go to the state to do the parliamentary procedure competition. So, because then we could like practice and compete together at district. And it is running a chapter meeting and doing a motion. Have you done that competition?
I have not. I've been in practices and stuff for it, but I've never gone to the actual competition.
Perfect. Caitlin is going to be our coach. But yeah, so just to get that experience, there's also a job interview competition, which y'all already halfway there because y'all have a resume.
I'm great with job interviews, guys.
Yeah. And so like that's something
I tried
that's
it, like, 7 different places.
super simple we can try to do.
I haven't had 7 jobs.
It's just finding that time, right? Some of these things you're going to have to practice outside of school and outside of meetings. But those are the competitions. Now, fast forward to where you see a Google form that says committees, growing leaders.
Really quick, Caitlin, are you interested in doing any of the other CVEs that you've like done in the past?
Yeah, you just got to tell me.
I will say that one thing is a good one is public speaking. First of all, it gets you up in front of people. They have, can't remember the name of it, but it's where you literally get a topic, you go up there.
The extemporaneous.
Or you can do like prepared, where you get a topic, you have an hour, you go up there, you speak. It gets you really good, comfortable people. It's easy.
I want to talk to you about this at some point.
You'd be great at it.
Oh, I know that. I can talk about
You would too. Like, honestly, all of you here would be great at it. You would. You'd be good at the prepared one.
Kelsey's sitting there shaking her head. Kelsey goes,
It'd be fun.
Food science was another easy one. You literally, you go and taste cheese, tell them the difference.
Have you ever done the meats?
I have not done meats.
Meats is on the
It's
same
usually
day
the
as
same
vet.
day as vet. I've gone with the tea and stuff.
That's yucky. You can't eat.
Well, you go into the freezer. You go to, so the
Oh.
meat one is you go in the freezer and you have to grade the slabs, like
And
the
then you
frozen
identify meat
carcasses.
bits.
Yeah.
I would be able to do that with it being on the same day.
I mean, those of us that, right, you'd have the people that were like, hey, I'm not going to be able to do vet side, but I'm meats. We do have 2 poultry competition, and I've got all the stuff for the poultry competition.
Chicken.
The poultry competition, Yeah, no, it's you look at their eggs, so you have to grade the eggs. What else do you do?
I'd be interested.
I think you grade like the actual
Bird,
bird itself,
Oh.
and then
the cuts.
You have birds for us to grade? Perfect. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm in.
Turkeys are so mean.
I know, and I
They're
love
so
them.
mean. I don't like them.
you have wild turkeys.
I love turkeys. They are
We had
really
one, but we
mean.
sent him off.
Did you eat them then later?
No, we just sent him off.
They do also like. So I saw Seneca's thing. The beef kettle. I'm getting off topic. Sorry. Okay.
I love how you knew what that look was.
All right. But so how they do the chapter events, you have 3 main areas. One is growing leaders. So those things are going to be about demonstrating your leadership qualities. Okay. So that's where the CDE comes into. And in like the officers, you'll have like your big packet, and I will post a link to the materials that I put in the binders on the FFA website, like our FFA classroom. Also, everything's in the official FFA handbook and in the student handbooks, which are available online. But it goes through like the program of activities, and this is all the things under growing leaders. Jordan, if you grab our little poster, there's 4 kind of subtopics in each main topic. So within growing leaders, there's 4 categories of events. Yep, underneath to the left, bottom, says program activities, the blue, yeah. So each of those sectors can have their own committee chair. So we can have up to 12 different people be a committee chair. You can sit on multiples and be a committee chair, I believe, for multiple committees. If just you're really heading up and taking that leadership role with it. So that's leadership committee. So in growing leaders, leadership committee, you've got healthy lifestyle, scholarship, personal growth, career success. Then we have building communities, which we do a really great job of. So environmental, think of that's our garden that we have outside, right? So last year we got a USDA grant. So we want to continue striving to build that little prairie up. Human resources, citizenship, stakeholder enhancement, economic development. That stakeholder piece is going to be, we want to do pop-up vaccine clinics. We want to do pop-up microchip clinics. That is going to be an FFA event. And we just need to find, and Miss MJ and I are both working on it, finding sponsors to be able to host those. But that would be part of our program of activities. And then we have strengthening agriculture, which is spreading the word about it. Support group, charter recruitment, safety, ag advocacy, and then ag literacy. So we will, every year, we go and we bring some animals to preschool and we talk about the animals and just kind of like herbivores and meat eaters and more like ectothermic, endothermic. We don't use those words, but like we can fuzzy, not fuzzy scales. So we'll talk to the little ones about that. I'm hoping for spring that we'll be able to work with VEG. They have a little vets program where they give you, it's an 8-week program, and I believe they're 5 to 8-year-olds or 6 to 9-year-olds, and you teach them what it's like to be in the veterinary field. And so that would be a great community outreach thing for us to be able to do. So that's one of the things that's in there. So I have just some ideas, and pretty much these pulled from our previous program of activities. So we already got our invitational, so that's done. The growing leaders, develop and maintain community ties. We were thinking of doing, so we have open house, which we already do our outreach, right, at open house and communicating with people. But looking at pet first aid. So could we host something at night one month about, hey, you have a pet, this is what your first aid kit should look like if your dog has happy tail and you come home, or hey, you're cutting your dog's nails and you get the quick and it won't stop bleeding and you don't have quick stuff, right? So here's
There's also
what,
something really good. Like a lot of people who own herps don't realize that
Yes.
you should have a first aid kit for them, because like there's a lot of times where it's something very simple and you don't really want to go to because it's 9 o'clock at night, everybody's closed, and we can't do anything because you don't have the stuff.
Mhm. I'm just wondering what it is that happened. You can tell me later.
Well, it's usually my show life, actually.
That's fair. But we can
But most
even
people
do
don't.
like pet ownership, right? Like we have the knowledge because we have the animals here. And we could do a, hey, you're looking at getting your first pet? Yeah, don't get a sugar glider. Maybe you don't.
Please, don't do that ever.
Right,
Also, don't get a hedgehog. I'm joking.
right. Like hedgehog, not
That's
a, not a
the
good first pet.
best, though.
Not a good first pet. Like,
You can take care of it. You can take care of it.
and so that's going to be like, hey, a hedgehog though is very specialized, right? Ball pythons, don't get a ball python, but like
What's name?
get a snake, right? Like, but so this is something we could totally do a little community outreach on. So that's part of that growing leaders. Dun, 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 dun. Pumpkin carving we've already done. We have Santa Paws set up for December 9th. I believe is our date for that.
What is that?
So I have a friend that has a Santa suit. And so he and his wife will come and did she dress up as Mrs. Claus? What did she dress up as Mrs. Claus?
So,
Yeah.
she did.
But two of my friends come and he'll wear his like he's in his Santa suit and that you will schedule pictures for the animals to sit with them and get their picture taken. So we've got
Well, what I'm hoping to do
uh-huh.
is to have Santa Claus and have a couple of animals dressed up. Also,
Oh, that's cute.
as like
At Santa's.
like if we had I'd
Snowball
probably
in a Santa suit.
I'd probably bring Norbert because Gunnar could be a little moody. So we probably
But Norbert doesn't sit still.
he does now.
Well, fine then, you can hold them. But I do have little scarves and little
We could dress him
elf
up as a little
hats.
Elf and
right. That's cute. And then they could take their picture, like humans could take their picture with our animals. Awesome, love that. We can do that for during the week, like we do with Easter. Yeah, let's do that.
So we would just get the animals to take pictures of your friends.
So that's what we would do during the week. So what Santa Paws is going to be on a Saturday, like you're going to bring heck, you could bring your horse, right? Like put your horse in the trailer, come on up, and then we can have Santa stand outside with the horse. But yeah. Mhm. We had people bring in rabbits. We had,
And this guy, he's not afraid.
No.
He held our cockroaches. He's,
Yeah.
Like, and this is why like this guy is great for it. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he loves it. He loves it.
He's not worried about them eating on him. He's
Mhm.
not worried about.
They're golden retriever parents. Yeah, they're golden. Yeah, they're golden parents. Totally. Oh, it's gonna be delayed. So I'm really not gonna know.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So-
now it's really delayed.
we broke the camera. Does that make sense then?
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yes.
If something would be fun in December.
Uh-huh.
You know how we have fundraiser, we're trying to bring in money for us, right?
Yes. I love it. She's already
I
thinking.
love her.
Yes.
She just like me for real.
We was thinking would be something really cute. It's
Uh-huh.
like a cookie event. We get people to come over here to make cookies and they could bring their kids. And I was thinking, yeah, maybe we could get like a Santa Claus and a Miss Santa Claus and like they can make cookies. They could take photos with the Santa Claus and Santa Claus.
Okay.
Santa Claus and
Uh-huh.
Mrs. Claus. And then also we could somehow include the animals in it.
Oh, I like that. That's cute.
Make dog treats too.
Yeah, you can make edible treats or like people could bring their kids and they can make cookies for
We-
themselves. and
We did
stuff.
have a cookie decorating one year.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
People really like stuff like
Yeah.
that.
And we have a gingerbread house, so we could do like I
think
know.
that's too much.
There's never
Is it-
too much when you are doing
We
This
we
is my
could
thought
market it as the cookie thing and have the gingerbread houses there,
Yeah,
so we
that
could do it all together. So yeah, that app 100% love that.
But yeah, I think that if we had like also like dog treats, like
MJ's MJ has some recipes, and then we have one dog treat like George Foreman grill.
So you have people bring their kids, their pets.
Yeah, just like pumpkin carving.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went, didn't know. You guys went. So, did you have fun at pumpkin carving? Yes. Yeah. Sweet. Did you? No. Yeah, you went. Yeah. So yeah. So would love to do something like that. Yeah. Would love to do something like that. I love that idea. And I think we
It's on
had.
the Instagram if you want to see the picture of the dog with Santa.
I think we had a date as well. I have to make copies. Can you remind me to make copies and put it in for everybody of the calendar thing?
Here's the other thing, guys. Can all of you go on to the local FFA group classroom for me?
They don't bring anything.
I don't even have it connected to my phone, to be honest.
They didn't bring their phones. I think they brought their phones.
We're really limited on Wi-Fi. What do you want them to do?
Join the calendar.
Oh, yeah, they just have to add it.
I don't know. Because
Yeah, you guys just
some
have to
people are
add the
telling me
calendar.
that it's not working, and I don't know what's going
All right, and then maybe you and I can troubleshoot it.
on. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because you
We
already
could
have
check it out tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. I like I like doing the holiday stuff. So at spring, what we'll do during during one or two. Did we do it for 2 days, or just 1 day? I don't remember. Funny pictures. So, and then this is what we can do too with incorporating like the animals in a Santa suit.
Do you have a really lovely rabbit?
Marsha's really well.
Yeah, it's all covered in pee.
Only his back end, and we only want the front end in the pictures.
Snowball is
Snowball was really good. We totally thought it was his end of days last year. We weren't sure about that tumor.
You see die last year?
Snowball last year.
Yeah, we did. Oh, well, we gave everybody pictures of Snowball in the classroom because we weren't sure if.
Not my session.
Oh, well, the other sessions we did. I'll show you the pictures because we totally were not sure because he had a mass and so then he went off to surgery.
You kind of just told my session. Yep, he's got. Actually, I don't even think you told the whole class. I just remember you went off for surgery one day.
I'm sorry.
He left for surgery while we were in class. I thought that happened over the summer.
No, it did. It was right before he went on break. Yeah, he didn't. The reason he had a cone was because he had the mass. That's why we put the cone on him, so he wasn't looking at it.
We're
Yeah.
getting off track.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so what we can do then is have them in there because I did get them Christmas. I got them winter costumes, and so we
Also,
have.
just so you know, we don't call anything a Christmas event. We don't call it a
Easter.
Easter event. None of that. We can do a Halloween event. It's not
Yeah.
religious, but we just don't affiliate anything.
Oh, okay. That's understandable.
So it's not fiction. See, it's hard though because
So-
it's
well-
with Santa.
Right, but Santa is commercialized enough where I feel like Santa is a non. I think you can argue that Santa is a commercialized thing now because we're not calling him Saint Nick. I don't know.
I think also we call it Santa Claus instead. It's like,
We can
it's
also
a
just
play
call
on
it
words.
pictures with. Never mind, I can't say that on
Maybe
YouTube.
like Santa.
Oh, okay. What were you gonna say this morning?
We could do. Could be well, like we could say elf paws, but then we're being discriminatory. So I have no idea. I don't know. Anyway, speaking of being on track, so during the day in the hallway, we can take photos.
Oh.
And then what we'll do is we just charge people $1 and we take their phone and then we take a picture of them with the animal.
And we charge them 25 cents if they just want that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna
But we make money. How many? Yeah. So we'll do that then for
So I guess
Winner.
I probably should do Snowball because
yeah.
I think
We'll do
Marshall's
Marshall.
so cute.
Marshall be good too.
Marshall's
For us,
super
I think.
cute.
Thank you.
Exactly. Every person.
Um,
my apologies.
Marsh will totally use for
Marshall's very
winter.
handsome. Everyone's gonna like him.
Yeah, no, Marsh will use for the spring. So then in spring we have a spring backdrop, and then we'll have Marsh out there and we'll super decorate it, and then we'll do pictures. And so it's $1. We also do have a printer for actual physical pictures. So for Santa Paws or Winter Wolfland, I don't know.
Give me
we-
some time, I'll get it.
We'll get it. But we'll charge. I think this year we're going to charge $10 for a photo, right? Instead of the 5 or just 5. Oh, guess what? FFA, you guys get to decide how much money we're going to charge.
Maybe we could do
So we'll
packs.
do a photo printout. So we have a little Insta printer for 5x7s. 5x7s? 5x5. I don't remember. It's a tiny, like it's a regular size photo.
All I know is that I only sold one when I was doing it last year.
Oh, to do like out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing is it was like a group of 4 people, so they paid me $5 for all of them to take a picture with the one rabbit, and I was like,
That's awesome.
Because I also knew them.
Um,
I was like, what else can I can get you?
but for Santa Paws, we do the actual like photo, the
Oh.
physical photo you get to leave with. And so yeah, I like that. We can do that in the hallway for the animal. We've done candy grams, like candy canes.
Oh yeah.
We've done candy canes.
They don't really work out.
Yeah, hit or miss.
No.
And I think we did that for like February. Is when
I think for Valentine's, you should do a cute animal.
sweet. I don't care. Whatever.
Not even just like fundraising of any kind. I just think we should do it. I just think I should stand in the wild. I think that you should give me a pass to not go to school for a week. I'm joking. No, but I think I should stand out at the front door and say, vote for who you think is the cutest animal.
I think that'd be awesome. And
You
then
dress up as a little heart.
Oh my god, we can dress up as Cupid! Oh my god, and then we can have that animal for Valentine's Day!
And then you can nerf people.
Right, so I'll shoot that one. No, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that.
if the guinea pigs don't have ringworm, we could do.
Oh my god, why are they ringworm?
I don't know. All right. So then raise awareness to youth. We talked about being able to do preschool. We can with
We're
preschool.
about
We
to
can,
start putting exams
That would be
on.
so.
she here.
That would be so good
Not
if
yet.
we did raise awareness to youth for animals for the cooking event. We could also teach like
About
the
diet.
bear and them when they can take photos of the animals.
Yeah. Yeah. I talked about, so we have Strengthening Ag. We have a National FFA week. And so we do a Spirit week that week. And then we can look at other things that we want to do then. And then the following page is the little vet things,
You know what?
microchip clinics
We should do something about careers in ag because I don't think people realize how many, like, so many of these programs
are actually ag
are
programs.
very ag programs.
Yeah, that'd be great. So we're doing, MJ is doing a feed collection. We're not doing the toy drive for building communities. So animal feed, there is a poster out by our HR board. So we're, yeah. So you can start to bring in fresh new bags, canned and dry, not expired foods. So that'll be part of it. And then we do have our microchips for our microchip plan. So that's kind of our base. And we definitely would love to have committee chairs. So that way you can be that point person. So like you 100%, like you can be that committee chair for the winter fest, right? So, because you got all those ideas and then you can delegate and put that all together. Committee chair really like runs it. It like that's that go-to person. So instead of it falling to the officer team, it's hey,
Falls to one person.
no, it falls to the person to delegate. So like if you go back to that little chart, it has like your leader, but it's also who's going to be on that committee. Yeah. So that's the chapter plans. Good. And that's the end of that's the end of it, right? Is that the end of it?
Yep.
Beautiful, love it.
Oh, I have chapter plans. But
No, that was a chapter plan.
oh,
Yeah. Why don't we go ahead and if you do have a phone or you know your calendar at least of what dates were,
if we go outside, will it work?
the internet.
Data.
Yeah. We just got to get out of this, like out of the concrete. All right, and we are. I got like the infinity.